Hello everyone, welcome to round number 1 of my Magic Online video, playing Modern Pack Rat. And as you can see, our hand includes Thoughtseize, Pack Rat, and Lily the Veil. So I'm not going to mulligan. Our opponent has mulliganed to 5 cards. We're on the draw, unfortunately, otherwise this hand would just be even sneakier. Alright, Forest, go. So feels like pod to me, something along those lines, but I guess we'll find out. So I'm just gonna fetch a basic swamp here, so we take less damage. Okay. So our opponent is playing poison. Looks like that dismember's super annoying actually for our pack rat. Oh man, this is a tough one. I think I'm just gonna take Necropede here, even though Dismember's good against Rat. I think we're on the Liliana plan, and hope he doesn't draw a lot of Inkmoth Nexuses and the like. So we do have Path to Exile, but I'm gonna go ahead and open up a window here, and let's write this down: Mutagenic, Rancor, Dismember, and take the good old Necropede. Try to impede his chances of winning this game. Alright, so Dismember's a good draw for us. I'm not going to just jam Rat into his Dismember. I think I'm just going to wait. Cathedral. Alright, so there is still a card we don't know. And we can be like reasonably liberal with our life since he is playing Infect. Here I am going to just cast Liliana. And I'm going to just discard my other Liliana right off the bat, which that might be not the best. Alright, he discarded Dismember, which is sweet. So now I can probably start ratting him, unless he drew another Dismember. Alright, no creatures, and we drew Inquisition. Alright, Inquisition's a good one. Let's go ahead and Inquisition him, see if the coast is clear before we plus the Liliana. Oh, alright, he just concedes to that. Okay, so that was an extremely easy game. Easy game against Infect, so, Alright, now the question becomes, what do we side in? So here's our board. Can't forget the Slaughter Pact, which we're definitely not boarding that out. Alright, so what are we boarding out? Lingering Souls. Man, all our cards are so good. Alright, Brimaz and Sorin both seem kind of mediocre. And I think Sculler actually seems kind of bad too. So these are the things I'm looking to cut. I want Disenchant. I want Fulminator Mage because we want to kill Nexus, which is the biggest problem. And I kind of want Wrath of God. I don't know if we want 2 Wraths. Well, he might bring in stuff like Spellskite, so Wrath might become better if he has Skites and the like. And then what are we cutting? I could cut a discard spell probably, like cut a Thoughtseize. Could also cut one of these creatures here. Like I could cut a Pack Rat. Yeah, since like this isn't a super grindy matchup, I think I could. Maybe I actually cut all the rats. I've actually never cut Pack Rat before, so we just have to play against Infect, which I haven't played against yet. Maybe Sculler's actually got to be better, right? So I'm gonna cut these and keep these. Makes me sad, but and we're just gonna go heavy disruption, and then Lingering Souls is we're gonna rely on Lingering Souls to win the game for us. Mutavaults and stuff like that. So hopefully that works out pretty well. I don't know what kind of things that this deck's gonna bring in against us, but. Sounds great. Couple of discard spells and a removal spell. Alright, well that was what we didn't want to see. So here we can just immediately path this guy, but I prefer thought seizing, because yeah, it's unlikely that we just straight die on turn 2 through, especially through a thought seize. So I'd rather just thought seize him and get a feel. So alright, well he has multiple rank wars and a Sylvan Scrying. Interesting. Cathedral War. Well, I don't care about rank war, really. Scrying actually might be an issue, because I don't want him to get Nexus. Yeah, and so I think, well, I want to take the Sylvan Scrying, and then next turn I can Thoughtseize the Blessing and path his Glistener Elf. And then he does have a couple of rank wars, but our goal is to keep his creatures just off the table. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe I should just take a rank war. Because that makes Lingering Souls better. I really don't want him to get Inkmoth Nexus, though. But I guess we're okay with, yeah, we're okay with Inkmoth because we have Souls. So that would suggest just taking a Rancor here. And then next turn I can Thoughtseize. Next turn I can Thoughtseize his like Sylvan Scrying and path his guy. Alright, we'll try that. So scrying, he has Scrying, Rancor, Blessing, and Cathedral. And I will just take a Rancor. Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us, but Lingering Soul is going to be real good, and here we're just going to take 4 poison this turn. So he just hits us with 2 cards we knew we were going to hit by. So that is the Cathedral and the Rancor. Drew another land, not the best. And Thoughtseize here again. See what he drew. Necropede. Well, we're going to be pathing his guy. We have Mutavault that can block Necropede. So I think I take the Sylvan Scrying, because we're going to path this guy. Yeah, I think I just take Sylvan Scrying here. Or maybe I take the Necropede because this is tough. So if I take Necropede here and then path this guy, he can Scrying for Inkmoth Nexus. And we can, but we have like Fulminator mages, so we have more answers for Nexus than Necropede. We also have Disenchants, which I guess get both. But Liliana gets this too. I'm gonna take Sylvan Scrying. I guess we'll see if that ends up being a mistake. Alright, is he just playing... Okay, he's just playing mono green, actually. So we don't have to worry about blighted agents or things like that. I guess that's why there's like Necropedes in the deck. Makes sense. Alright, so here we're probably gonna see Necropede. Yep. And I would assume Rancor. Doesn't cast the Rancor yet. He's gonna hold open for Blessing, okay. Another Souls. Okay, so we can cast Souls here. He can give this guy protection from white and Rancor it, which is 4. So if he draws a pump spell, we're dead. Alternatively, we can try to trade with Mutavault. We can try to trade with Mutavault. And if he draws a pump spell, we're not dead. But he does trample over, and then we're just dead to the Apostle's Blessing. So I think we're just mostly dead. I think we're, man, mostly dead to a pump spell. I guess we could draw like Liliana or something. I guess we could draw Liliana. I really just want to cast Souls here because that just sets us up for future turns. I'm just going to cast Souls. Alright, hope we're not dead. We could very well be dead here. So we'll see. Okay, there's a forest. So we know he only has one card we don't know. Alright, well, he probably has a pump spell to kill us. If he's doing that. I guess I shouldn't F3 because I have Slaughter Pact in my deck. Okay. Alright, well, we were dead to that even if we went for the Mutavault line. Sin Collector might be good, actually. I wonder if Wrath is just bad. I feel like Wrath is just bad and I should just be... He doesn't... I mean, all his guys are ground guys, so Sin Collector might be pretty good. Alright, we'll try this. This hand seems fine. We need to draw a land, but this hand's fine. So we're just taking any threats we see. Any Glistener Elves are gone. Alright. Oh, man. Alright, so 2 Forest, 1 Ink Moth, 2 Rancor, 1 Vines, 1 Nexus. Yeah, I guess we take the Ichor Claw Mirror here to make our Liliana better later. We're going to try to Fulminator that Nexus. Hopefully when he's tapped out so he can't Vines it. We might just Thoughtseize that Vines next turn. Okay, so he just leads with Nexus. Land. That's fine too. Alright, so it's Thoughtseize him, and he drew a Necropede. Kind of just want to take the Vines. That opens up our path. And then try to Liliana his Necropede, but if we don't draw a land, then we're kind of in trouble, so I think I just have to take the Necropede. And hopefully he just hits me with his freaking Nexus and I can path it. No, I drew a Cathedral, okay. Land. Oh, gorgeous. I'm gonna just destroy this thing right now before he can do anything to save it. So we know his hand is 2 forests, 2 rancors, and a Vines of the Vastwood. We have another Fulminator on backup, which is sweet. Alright, so there's one of the forests. Alright, and he's not playing anything. Awesome. And we drew another Lily, so we don't care about our first Liliana. And he discarded his other forest. Pendlehaven. It might not even be right. It might be wrong to even. I feel like it's wrong to even use Liliana here. Like her ultimate's not that good against this deck, and making him discard a random pump spell isn't that effective when our hand is this good. So I'm actually just gonna not use Liliana. And if we draw a land, I'll use Liliana or whatever. If I draw a card I don't care about, I'll use Liliana. Alright, Ichor Clawmere. Alright, well I'll use Liliana's minus on that. And then I'm not going to play this Marsh Flats. I'm going to save it for Liliana's +1 next turn. Alright, he didn't draw a creature, which is a good thing. Okay. So we can each discard a card. Alright, he just is sitting on extra lands. Oh, Moto just bugged out and didn't let me attack. I hope that does not cost me. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Sin Collector. We get to see what we're working against here. Alright, so he has multiple protection spells. I guess Vines is probably the pick here. So he has two rankers, 1 ground swell, and 1 Apostle's Blessing. Take the Vines of Vastwood. And then I'm fine trading a Marsh Flats for his Groundswell. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to discard here. He discarded a Rancor. Okay, I'm actually fine with that trade too. Nexus. Alright, he drew a Nexus. So that was about his best draw there. Bob is pretty good. I don't want to use Liliana. He has a Rancor, a Groundswell, and Apostle's Blessing. I want to have access to all of these in case I need it. I guess I shouldn't need all of these, but so he can activate his Nexus and Pendlehaven it on defense. So I guess I can cast this because I won't need it, right? I can. Well, let me see. He activates it, attacks. I Fulminator. He protects it. I dismember. He protects it. I guess he could draw a protection spell, but I'm better off just getting Bob online. Oh no, I'm forced to use Dismember instead of Path. That's actually bad. I tapped that wrong. And I don't want to attack here because he can actually just eat one of my guys on defense. So, and I don't want to use Liliana just to make him discard one of his pump spells. Alright, he drew another Nexus. That's pretty good for him. It's actually really good for him. So we know he only has one protection spell with Groundswell, though. Alright, so he's going to Rancor it here. I'm going to dismember first. So, well, he did play a land this turn, right? So he can give it +4/+4. Yeah. So let's go ahead and dismember in response to the Rancor. So now he can Apostle's Blessing, but we'll Fulminator Mage. No, he's just going to let that happen. Alright, so he has Groundswell, Apostle's Blessing left in his hand. Another Fulminator Mage. It's pretty good. This guy's a delight. I'm not gonna bother. I'll talk about how he drew 2 Inkmoth Nexuses in a row. There's 2 best draws in this deck against me, but yeah, whatever. I mean, sure, I had a good hand here, but my hand was already pretty good. So here I want to just cast this Fulminator. Okay, so now I want to I'm gonna Fulminator his Nexus. I should do it in his upkeep, I guess, yeah. But let's see. We discard a card, he'll discard Groundswell, he'll be left with just Blessing. I can Fulminate his Nexus, he can activate and Blessing it, I can Fulminate it again. Yeah, so let's each discard a card. I'll discard this Godless Shrine. I'll discard Groundswell, yep. Alright, so in his upkeep, blow it up. Okay, he'll activate it. We'll give it protection. We will kill it again in response. Alright. So now I think we've killed, what, 3 Inkmoth Nexuses? 1, 2, 3. So, okay. Alright. We ended up winning that match against Infect. As you can see, our deck is actually very, very well set up to beat Infect. We have Liliana's, tons of hand disruption, tons of removal spells. This just seems like a fantastic matchup for us. So we were able to arise victorious over our Infect opponent. Took a line in game 2 that didn't pan out, but we would have died either way. Although maybe he wouldn't have gone for it if we didn't go for it. That's another thing, is if we just play the Mutavault and pass, he might not go for it. So, oh well. Regardless, yeah, that was round 1. I hope you stick around for round number 2.